Good evening, folks, and welcome to the sixth episode of the Rahul Nair Finance Show. You're listening to the Daily Dealroom, from startups to stock markets, where we decode the business buzz of the day. Crisp, clear, and to the point.
Today is 14th July 2025. Before we begin, here's a quick disclaimer. This podcast is for educational purposes only. It is not a buy or sell recommendation. Always consult a financial advisor before making investment decisions.
Let's start with our first segment, the market wrap closing bell. Indian equity markets open soft due to IT sector weakness and global tariff concerns. Nifty 50 down 0.27% to 25,082. Sensex down 0.29% to 82,253. Bank Nifty up 0.02% to 56,765. Mid-cap 100 gained 0.70%. Small-cap 100 surged 1.02%. In sectoral performance, realty and media led the gainers, while IT and defense lagged.
Let's continue with our second segment, company earnings and announcements. Big news from Ola Electric. The company reported a consolidated net loss of 428 crore for Q1 FY26. That's narrower than Q4, but higher than the same quarter last year. Revenues fell 49.6% year-on-year to 828 crore, but Ola turned EBITDA positive for its auto business in June, thanks to improved gross margins and cost cuts via Project Lakshya. Monthly auto OPEX has dropped from 178 crore to 105 crore, and OVI operating expenses are now 150 crore per month. Target is 130 crore per month by FY26 end. Free cash flow improved to 107 crore versus a negative 455 crore in Q4. Market cheered. Shares rose 18.27% to...
Let's continue with our third segment, gold, currency, and global buzz. Gold is priced at 97,967, while the INR is at 85.99 against the US dollar. And on the global front, Donald Trump has proposed 30% tariffs on EU imports starting August 1st, also targeting Mexico, in a move citing trade deficits and national security. Affected industries include European wine, leather, electronics, and pharmaceuticals. The EU is seeking negotiations, but has prepared countermeasures worth 93 billion euros in US goods. Markets are reacting cautiously. US and European futures are down. Legal and supply chain risks loom large. In tech, Foxconn has started trial production of iPhone 17 in India, importing critical parts from China. Full-scale manufacturing is expected by August ahead of the launch. RIA. Apple is ramping up Lobi production and aims to shift US Kana national. Bound iPhone production to India by 2026. But talent shortages in India post-China engineer exits remain.
Let's continue with our fourth segment, Crypto Corner. Bitcoin crossed $121,876, more than 1.4 crore, a new all-time high. The crypto market is buzzing. Massive ETF inflows are the key driver. On July 11 alone, crypto funds saw $1.23 billion, with $1.03 billion going to Bitcoin spot ETFs. Ethereum and Solana also rose approximately 3%. Meanwhile, U.S. regulators are working on the Clarity Act and Genius Act for stablecoins, both drawing bipartisan support. Crypto is also benefiting from global uncertainty, trade tensions, and a weakening dollar. The Fear and Greed Index at 70 shows high investor optimism, but caution is advised.
Let's continue with our fifth segment, IPO radar. The IPO boom in India is hiding a different truth, more exits than fundraising. OFS deals are dominating. In 2024, companies raised only $2.5 billion in fresh equity, while $7.7 billion came via offer-for-sale exits by existing investors. This trend has continued into H1 2025, a sign that private backers are exiting, not deploying fresh capital.
Let's continue with our sixth segment, Business Deep Dive. Let's take a closer look at VIP Industries. The Dilip Parimal-led promoter group is selling up to 32% of its stake to a consortium led by Multiples Private Equity. The deal includes sale of 4.54 crore shares at $388 each, about 15% discount to market price, an open offer for another 26% stake as per SEB takeover rules. If fully accepted, the new consortium could hold 58%, reducing promoter holding significantly. The buyer group includes Multiples PE Fund IV, Multiples Gift Fund IV, Samthabog Securities, Mithun, and Siddhartha Siketi. Governance changes are also part of the package. Dilip Parimal will move to a chairman emeritus role. New investors will nominate majority board members. Promoters retain tag-along rights and can appoint one director. The deal reflects rising private equity interest in India's branded consumer sector. VIP, hit hard by pandemic-led travel slowdowns, is now recovering with travel demand bouncing back. A strategic shift in leadership and ownership could set the stage for a fresh growth cycle.
Let's continue with our seventh segment, Private Market and Fundraising Pulse. Here are your top private market updates. Office is expanding into furniture manufacturing and retail. LendingCart reported a 288.3 crore loss in FY25. Phi Neobank is facing layoffs, product cuts, and a cash crunch. In fundraising, Infinity FinCorp raised $70 million. Varthana secured $18.6 million. Cooked and Gramic raised around 16 to 17 crore each. Astrotalk is in talks to raise $50 to $100 million. Varda Space bagged $187 million in a Series C led by Natural Capital.
Let's continue with our eighth segment, Industry Insight. UPI clocked 18.4 billion transactions worth 24 lakh crore in June. PhonePe and Google Pay handled 82% of total volume. Meanwhile, FPIs have turned net sellers in July, exiting 555 crore across 6 of 9 sessions. Though Q2 started with net inflows, rich valuations, weak Q1 earnings, and global uncertainty are driving a bearish shift. Total FPI outflows for 2025 now exceed 1 lakh crore, mostly due to January and February's heavy selling. That said, IPO interest remains strong among FPIs. That wraps up today's episode of the Rahul Nair Finance Show, brought to you under our daily series, The Daily Dealroom, from startups to stock markets. If you like this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, colleagues, or anyone who's into business and investing.
We'll catch you tomorrow with more updates. Until then, stay curious, stay invested.